In England, during the Middle Ages, there was a noble position known as an Earl, and an Earl was essentially what is referred to as a count in the rest of Europe at the time. The word Earl comes from the name of a Germanic god/warrior called Rig-Jarl, who is said to be the ancestor of warrior nobles. A feminine form of the word Earl never developed. Instead, the word countess is used. An Earl was essentially someone who looked after land in the name of the king, and thus did not have to be related to the royal family. The Earl looked after a county, known as a shire, or at times a couple of counties, and depending on the time period, an Earl had various amounts of power in creating laws and judging the people under his rule. In Anglo-Saxon England, Earls had the authority over their own regions and held the right of judgment in local courts as far as permitted by the king. They collected fines and taxes, and in return collected 1/3 of all the money they collected, and during times of war, they mustered and led the king's armies. During this Anglo-Saxon period, it was common for counties, known as shires, to be grouped together into larger units known as earldoms. After the Norman conquest of England, William the Conqueror tried to rule England using this traditional system, but he eventually modified it to suit his own needs. Shires, or counties, became the largest subdivision in England, and earldoms completely disappeared. The Earl's power and regional jurisdiction was limited to that of the Norman counts, and Earls no longer aided in tax collection or made decisions in county courts. By the 13th century, Earls had a social rank just below that of a king and prince, but they were not necessarily more powerful or wealthier than other noblemen. From this time, the only way to become an Earl was to inherit the title or marry into one, and the king reserved the right to prevent the transfer of the title, and by the 14th century, creating an Earl included a special public ceremony where the king personally tied a sword belt around the waist of a new Earl, emphasizing the fact that the Earl's rights came from him. Today, Earls still exist in the UK and Ireland, but don't hold as much power as they once did, although many of them are still members of the House of Lords. Thank you very much for watching. If you're interested in knowing where more titles come from, then why not check out our videos and subscribe and stay tuned for more coming soon.